We go. Okay. Good morning, good evening. Hello to the time zones. Welcome to a Toonkind at 12 FPS. This one is called Old and Borrowed. My name is Dewpoint. I'm going to be the holder of the knowledge of this FPS. And I point at my wonderful, definitely good friend. Point. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hello, everybody. This is my second FPS today, so I'm a little bit which is appropriate because my name is Whis and I am playing Missy Ford, who is 6.
Appropriate. Your energy levels have spiked.
Yes, I also spent the hour in between FPSs tickling my daughter, which didn't help.
Gosh, you got to get into that zone.
Got to get into that zone, yeah. So I'm good. I'm on it.
So I guess the first thing I'm going to ask you is how's school been for Missy today?
Look, she's been having an okay kind of time. Things have been wrapping up because the holidays are coming up. And she's been enjoying playing in the snow, in the playground and things like that, but she hasn't been 100% attentive, I guess, because, like, she knows stuff's going on with Chifley, and she hasn't seen him in a while. Like, she understands. She understands that Chifley can't just leave his friend when his friend needs him, so she gets it. And she loves Dorian, and she loves Cassie, and she's been really clingy to Cassie in particular while Chifley's been away. But, yeah, she's just a bit distracted because she's like, things are happening again, and I'm stuck in school, so if things happen, I can't go and punch stuff. Ag!
Hold her so gently. Missy, I wish to have plot. Why is my brother in plot? Why is my family in plot? I want plot. Gimme.
Oh, well, in Ankwell, you have to be careful what you wish for, unfortunately. Oh, dear.
So basically it's all good. But yeah, okay. So I guess I want you to what should I ask you to roll me? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to roll me a quick con check.
Con, okay.
Yeah.
We can do con.
This is this is not anything malicious. This is just to see how well she focuses throughout the day.
15. Actually, not too bad.
Yeah. No, she makes it through the day just fine. It's perhaps like a little. I mean, obviously because of things going on, she might get distracted on occasion, but for the most part, she's been able to keep the task. So good for her. Yeah. Um, and you manage to get through the final lesson of the day, and you hear the bell ring, and all the other kids start to pack up their stuff and head out towards the main gates. And I don't know if Missy follows along or if she has any other bits she needs to get before she goes.
No, not really. She'll just sort of pack up her stuff. She'll put on her coat and her scarf and things like that, and then kind of sigh because she knows that whoever is picking her up today is not going to be Chifley, and therefore is not going to be on time. So she's going to have to hang out in the yard, and it's cold in the yard, which is fine normally, but she's like, it's been a while. Why can Chifley just not pick me up? I know why, but... So she's kind of dragging her feet a little bit.
Okay. Let me just roll. Let me just roll something quickly. Oh, does Missy want to roll me a perception?
Alrighty. We can make an attempt at that. Oh, hey, that's a 16. That's actually not too bad.
Nice. Yeah, no, Missy, you have a look around, and it's yeah, all the kids are being picked up by the regular like parental figures or guardians or like big sisters or siblings or what have you. A lot of people are kind of like going about their business as usual. Nothing seems to really be amiss. And yeah, you're kind of been left to wait for a little bit. Um, don't know who's supposed to be picking you up today. But whoever it is, they're clearly not here. Um, and it might be getting a little past the time where they usually pick you up.
I think she'll be killing time by sitting near the front gate, and she's building a small snowman on the footpath.
Oh, this is really cute. Um, cool. Building. Hey, just for funsies, do you want to roll a sleight of hand to see how well that goes?
Sure. It's pretty alright, snowman.
It's decent. It's decent for a sidewalk snowman.
Cassie taught her how to make snowmen. Doesn't really snow with the score. She's like, okay, still practicing. This is only her second snow.
It's okay. I'm sure she'll get used to it. Points at her brother. It should be. She'll get some practice in
Yes.
at some point. Surely. Um, but yeah, no. You spend quite a bit of time making your snowman. And it's probably been like what 15, 20 minutes since the bell rang and everyone started to leave. And as you finish that up and look around, you see that there's still no one here to pick you up. One of the other kids have kind of left with one now. Like there might be a few hanging around near a bus station down the road, but yeah, for the most part, no one's here.
Hmm. I am going to roll her an intelligence because she's been told not to leave school without a grown-up. That is an unnatural one. She
Oh, I
is
love
going
her.
to sigh. Well, brush herself off, pick up her backpack, and she's going to walk herself home.
Oh God, okay. I love this child so much. Uh, yeah, no, you clearly no one is coming, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Pack up your kit and go. God damn it. Okay. Um, yeah, no, you just make your way home, probably past a few kids, turn around the corner, and going on your merry way. Um, could you roll me one more perception?
Sure.
If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to throw the dice out the window.
Like it's distinctly not something that she's good at.
No,
Unfortunately.
I wouldn't be.
Oh, it's an 18.
Pretty good though. All right. Yeah, no, Missy, you're walking along. And you probably, I don't know, maybe you're looking around at like maybe like little bits of snow are starting to fall, or maybe you're passing a familiar street sign or some such. But you do kind of pick up like just behind you. You hear sound of footsteps following behind you.
Mm-hmm. Um, she's not really walked herself home before, and so she is going to turn around because she's like, oh, maybe that's Dorian or Cassie come catching up with me, because I didn't wait. Maybe. So she'll just turn around and have a look.
Just roll another thing. Come on, please. Okay. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. You turn around and have a look, and you don't really. Everything's kind of as it was. Like there's like a trash can somewhere down the road, and there's like a lamppost, and someone leaning up against a lamppost, and another lamppost. And wait, hang on, that person wasn't there before. This person is facing away from you, um, and they're just leaning with their back facing towards you, just looking away.
If it's not someone she really recognizes, she's just going to skim over them as background set decoration.
Um, I would say, I would say you definitely recognize this person.
Oh yeah.
It's just, it's kind of odd because you haven't seen them look like this in a while.
Mm-hmm.
These, you haven't seen them wearing those same clothes in a while. You definitely recognize, um, you definitely recognize the cloak, and because you can't not, and you recognize the scarf, and you can't think of anyone else who has hair like that either. Um, but you can't imagine a why this who else this could possibly be. Doesn't, it doesn't really fit. Something is up.
Is she smart enough to recognize this, though? I'm going to
Good.
roll an intelligence. That is a 6.
Sweetie.
That is a 6. Okay. That's fine. Uh, well, Missy has twigged exactly one thing. That she knows that person and she's delighted to see them. So, she's going to about face, break into a sprint, and tackle hug them about the waist.
Excellent. You tackle hug them about the way. Okay, no, I have to roll a strength save for this. I have to. Can't not. Okay. You definitely stumble a bit as you tackle them. But then you hear a a chuckle. Um, okay. I wasn't. Um, Hi, Missy. It's good to see you. Um,
Jeffrey! You know what? I haven't seen you in such a long time! Ah, yeah! Squeeze!
I'll wrap around your back and squeeze you back, um, tightly,
I'm just gonna
before
roll her a
letting you
strength
go.
real quick.
Oh, gosh. No, I'm gonna roll the strength as well for funsies. Uh, you're in danger. Okay, for the audience. Um, so Whis rolled a strength and got an unnatural 20. I rolled a strength and I got an unnatural -1. No, I got a nat 1. So I got a -1 on my strength.
Amazing! Uh,
Okay. Yeah, Missy, you hear you hear just very quietly, your brother start saying, "Ow, ow, 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 Missy, Missy, let me go. You're very strong, but ow, I'm not as strong as you." Um,
she will let go after a short moment, but she's just sort of still holding on to him a bit, and she's got the not quite the Ghiblian sparkle because they don't have any Ghibli in them, but she's definitely got the sparkles in her little eyes, and is just so happy to see him. And her theme around her is just it's just her leitmotif has just gone into super positive mode.
um, yeah, your brother looks down at you and he puts his hands on your shoulders and he is giving you a big, soft, soppy look. Um, there's a small little grin on his face as he says, Missy, I don't think you're supposed to be walking home by yourself now, are you?
Well, no, but nobody came to pick me up. I mean, Cassie and Dorian are normally later than you used to be, but like they didn't come at all. So like I thought maybe something happened, so I should take myself home so I don't have to worry, so I could be somewhere safe. And, now you're here and you can walk me the rest of the way, right?
Chifley, he smiles and gives a little nod and says, "Oh, yeah, of course I can walk you the rest of the way home. But before we go home, how about did you want to go and get some hot chocolate at the park maybe?
Oh, yeah. That sounds great. Oh, how's your friend? Is your friend okay?
Friend,
I mean, surely he's okay if you're not there. I mean, you were taking good care of him, I'm sure.
well, I'm sure that he's I'm doing my best and he's in good hands. If he isn't doing his best now, then I'm sure he's on his way to being getting there. Um, with one hand he ruffles your hair, and the other he holds out a hand for you to hold.
Yeah, she will take it. She is not listening to Chifley's theme at all at the moment. She's just like, my brother is here, I missed him so much, and she just takes his hand.
Excellent. You take his hand, and yeah, his hand is wearing the same brown gloves as usual, and his hand is nice and warm, and yeah, no. Um, he takes you to the park. Um, I'm just gonna roll something real quick for this guy. Do.
Oh man, I'm just sitting here going, Missy, you're so stupid.
Do you, Missy, do you want to roll me an insight real quick, sweetie?
Sure.
Just to see if she notices something. Oh, honey. I
this
mean,
this is why Chifley worries about her so much, because almost all of her skills are in the negatives.
call her so gently. Um, yeah, no, everything's fine. I mean, your brother seems to be taking a weird route to the park, but fine. Get there eventually. Maybe he's just trying to stretch his legs, because he kind of does work at wherever he works. He doesn't tend to get his legs stretched very much, and maybe he wants to go and run around too and stretch his legs a bit more. Who knows?
Yeah,
But,
like you can't stay a stick in the mud
uh,
forever, surely.
nah, surely, absolutely not. Maybe your brother is finally loosening up. Um, yeah, no, you get to the park. And there are. It's typical Animus kind of season weather. There's at least an inch of snow on the ground. And there are kids running around. There's a snowball fight going in one area. There's what appears to be some kind of snowman competition being run by a small black bird tune going on in another. Um, there's like a seller selling snow cones, and then directly opposite is a seller selling hot chocolate. Um, and there's probably like a little ice rink somewhere too, and a playground covered in snow. But yeah, Chifley's gonna go over towards the hot chocolate seller and wait in the line. And I've got to roll. Gotta roll this now. God damn. I'm just gonna quickly check something to make sure I'm not rolling this incorrectly. Um, where are you? You're here somewhere. Come here. Tell me what I wanna know. Na, 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 na. Oh, right, okay. So, okay, I can just do that. That's fine. Okay. Um, your brother kind of looking around, and he looks down at you, and then he thinks, and his eyes narrow. Um, he kind of pokes Misty in the cheek very gently and says, Missy, are you cold?
No, not really. I mean, this is not really that much colder than when you have nightmares or anything. So, and I've got my scarf, and I got my coat, and I got my boots, and I got the fluffy socks that I got from Cassie. So, I'm all good.
Um, as you keep talking, you see Chifley is nodding and smiling, but he's also kind of paying more attention to you physically, and you're gonna see him reach past his cloak into his old jacket pocket, rummage around, and this is where I roll a hammer of space. Lucky. Um, yeah, he pulls out what looks to be like a thick blanket, some sort. Um, it's it looks kind of it looks kind of old, but it's also like one of those old fluffy things. Like it's been used for a real long time. And he just kind of pulls it into a length, pulls it into a length and kind of wraps it around your neck very gently, and then kind of stuffs it down the top of your coat, and just says, "Well, even if you say you're fine, make sure you stay warm enough, okay?
Okay.
You freeze. Don't want you freezing into a Missy sickle before we get you your hot chocolate."
Oh no, I don't think that's a problem, Chifley. It'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. Of course it's gonna be fine. He pops you on the nose.
Where's this from? Is this from your friend? Did your friend give this to you?
Da. Oh, okay. Um, I guess you could say that. Yeah, he gave it to me. He said I could. Oh, I if I didn't have it, then I wouldn't be allowed to use it.
This is just his pause as she's thinking about it. It's like, well, if you don't have it, you can't use it, even if you are allowed. So that doesn't make sense, Chifley.
Uh, Chifley just smiles and ruffles your head, and well, a lot of things don't make sense sometimes, Missy.
I suppose not.
A lot of
Hey, can I have marshmallows in my hot chocolate? Is that okay?
Missy, you can have whatever you want on your hot chocolate, okay?
Yay!
I feel like at this point we get to the front of the line, and the Toon seller kind of pokes their head over and says, well, what do you guys, what would you guys like this evening? And uh, Chicky looks down at you and says, well, what do you want on your hot chocolate, Missy?
Do they have those spoons that have been stuck into a lump of chocolate and you mix it in your hot chocolate and it melts?
Chifley looks at the seller, raises a brow. The seller looks down and then looks at Chifley and then nods and says, yeah, no, we should have one of those. What flavor do you want? Because we've got milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate with raspberry, white chocolate without raspberry. We've got bubble gum, blumberry, Hoogelstank, and they'll just continue to list off a bunch of um chocolate names. And ask me what Hoogelstank tastes like. It's apparently pretty good.
Oh dear. Missy's going to grin up at this guy and go, "Can I have a milk chocolate with the white chocolate spoon and marshmallows, please?"
The seller flashes you a thumbs up, says, "You got it, little Missy." And turns around to make you drink.
Missy's just gonna giggle and go, "People guess my name all the time."
Chifley just kind of chuckles and says, "Yeah, well, I think it's because you live up to your name so well. It's kind of hard to mistake your name or you for anyone else.
Suppose. Though it's still
I
weird.
mean,
Most people can't even hear my theme. That tells people apart real easy.
yeah, yeah, it really does. You're right on that one. Um, Chifley kind of fiddles with his fingers and looks at the menu. And he asks, he just asks for a plain hot chocolate. The seller nods and makes it. Um, and I'm gonna roll another thing. Roll that one. Oh, nice. Chifley reaches in his pocket, pulls out some change, and then kneels in front of Missy and holds it out to her and says, "Would you like to pay the nice man for a drink?"
Oh, yeah. Ah. And she's just gonna sort of look up, and she's gonna take the coins. She's gonna reach up as high as she can, and then she's gonna stop, and then she's gonna offer the coins back to Chifley. I'm not tall enough.
Chifley looks down at her, looks up at the counter, claps his hands together, claps his hands together and says, well, I'm... Give me a sec. And he's gonna reach down and he's gonna put his hands on her waist and I'm gonna roll... I'm gonna roll another strength check. Oh, buddy. Okay, that's a 12.
Far out. Okay.
I feel like he lifts her about halfway up before his arms start to tremble. And there's like people in the queue who are just looking at this guy who's gone properly red in the face trying to pick up a 6-year-old child.
I am going to.
Put money on this.
I am going to roll Missy another insight.
Huh?
But if it's alright, I'm going to do it at advantage.
Go for it, please do.
You gotta be fucking shitting me! Oh, Missy, why are you so dumb? At the same time, would have lost my mind if that was the thing that twigged her off to something being out of place. So Chifley picked her up off the floor. Alright, well, she was preoccupied with just reaching up as high as she could while Chifley lifted her and slamming the coins down on the counter as soon as they were within arm's reach.
As you slam the coins down the counter, you hear a whoop from the seller as they turn around. Oh yeah, the seller is a dog now, by the way. Should have probably emphasized that. But they little yip turn around. The hot chocolate kind of jumps up in the air, hovers for a second, and then just harmlessly falls back into the mugs that they were holding up. Looks down at Missy. It's a big old doggy grin and a wag of the tail, and holds out the 2 drinks towards Chifley. And says, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your drinks. And Chifley Dawson says, thank you for making these for us, and I hope you have a good day. And then he looks down at Missy and says, what do you say, Missy?
Thank you very much!
You're very welcome, young Missy! Waves her hand, and then looks at the next customer, and Chifley kind of looks down at Missy and looks around and says, I don't know, where do you want to sit down? Do you want to go to the playground, or do you want to sit on a bench for a little bit, or do you want to flop down in the snow?
Let's roll Missy a perception, see what she can see. What can you see with your 6-year-old eyes? Nothing! 0! Exactly 0!
Roll again. Oh my god. No, roll again. You somehow get low on this. Oh my god. Child. Too focused on her hot chocolate sippy. She wants the hot chocolate, I guess.
She's just too happy.
My Chifley's come.
Chifley is there and bought her hot chocolate. She cares for nothing else.
I feel like Chifley looks around, looks down at Missy, and then just sees her eyes doing the anime sparkle, looking at her hot chocolate, which is actually kind of piled up with whipped cream and marshmallows and sprinkles she didn't ask for, but she got anyway. Um, because that's a lot of special bits on the top. Um, Chippy's like, oh, okay. Looks around. How? Let's go sit down at a bench and off a bit of that snow and take a seat. Don't
Okay.
want you running around and running yourself. Yeah. He gestures with his chin towards a bench. And yeah. The bench is still covered in snow though.
That's okay. Missy is still gonna sort of, I'm gonna roll her in acrobatics because it's funny. Yes, of course. She does this nice little sort of spring and twist and then just goes poof, butt first into the snow, and it just sort of goes poof in this big cloud. And like she has not spilt a drop of her hot chocolate, but she's just sort of sitting there and she does little kickies with her little legs. But like it was this expert. Just
I feel like with the 22, she did it so well that the snow just kind of poofed off of the bench.
yeah, completely cleared it.
You see your brother approach, and he's slowly clapping the side of his hot chocolate mug. He makes his way over to you and says, gotten really good at that, haven't you?
I can climb up the jungle gym the absolute fastest. And the wall, but not as fast.
Wow, really? And Chipley's eyes are very wide as he looks at you. That's amazing, Missy. You're really at the top of your class, aren't you?
No, there's plenty of kids that are smarter than me. I'm just really good at running and jumping and climbing and stuff like that.
Oh, I mean, maybe they're better at school, but that doesn't mean they're smarter than you. You're smart in your own way.
Maybe. I mean, most of them can read really well, but I can read music and they can't. So, there's that.
Well, that is something that we can both do. Give me a hot second. My brain is trying to think a second. Just because you're not as caught up with reading as everyone else doesn't make you less intelligent than them. And like you said, your people are good at different things. Some people are really, really good with words. Some people are really, really good with jumping and running and doing really cool flips. And he pokes her with his free hand in the side. And some people are really, really good at, I don't know, drawing stuff or making things with their hands.
I'm getting better at that.
At art.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I got a picture I drew for you today. Hold on.
D10. That is not a 1! She's gonna reach into... She's gonna, like, try and reach into her coat, but she can't because she's wrapped in a blanket, so she's just gonna sort of pause, and then she's just gonna, like, you can see her pull her arm into her sleeve, and just sort of wiggle around in her clothes a little bit, and then, boom, back out of her sleeve. And she's got this this folded up piece of paper, and she puts her hot chocolate down on the bench beside her, and she opens it up, and it's a drawing of Chifley in his current design, but it's drenched in like glitter, and she's like,
Look, because it's snowing, I did a snowy picture, and it's got all the glitter because the snow is pretty, and like, of course you gotta be there.
and this is when I do her another intelligence, because Missy, come on, I'm sure that you can realize something is wrong.
Please. Please, child, please. Oh god.
I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. You're so stupid.
I love her so much.
Oh.
I love this child.
Even with advantage.
She's doing so badly. I think like probably a 7 because it's closer to average than she's gotten so far. Maybe she's got something starting to go. Why is Chifley in his old clothes? Hang on. But not enough because she's still just so happy to see him.
Baby girl. I mean, Chifley. Yeah, no, Chifley's gonna look at what he drew. He's not gonna take it. He's just gonna kind of lean over her shoulder and look down and says, "Oh, you're right. You've gotten a lot better from when you were a kid. Well, even more of a kid."
Well, yeah, of course. I can't stay little forever, right?
No, no one can really stay little forever. But it's okay. You don't have to be little forever. Besides, haven't you always wanted to be taller than me?
I'm never gonna get that tall.
He takes a sip of his hot chocolate, looks away and thinks, stares into the distance for a little bit. And then he slowly puts his half-drunk chocolate on the ground, just under the bench, gets up from the bench, and then holds his hands out towards Missy and just kind of makes beckoning hands. Oh, I give you a little taste of what it's like to be tall.
Chifley, you don't want to hurt yourself. You've already tried picking me up once today.
On today.
You cut out, I missed that.
Oh, he says, well, I'm feeling pretty strong today.
Let me just roll that intelligence again. Missy, please. Please. Hey!
Yeah!
Finally it sinks in! 15.
It's in, and finally something
You see
is
what
twigged.
the first one was though? The lower roll is a 3! That would have been an unnatural 1. Oh, thank goodness for advantage. Oh my god. Missy.
Love her.
Beloved. Beloved dear. Okay. She's going to stop and sort of frown. And I don't know if this person can hear Missy's theme, quite frankly. But there is this sort of discordant kind of... And then the leitmotif starts playing really, really low. And she puts down the hot chocolate and takes off the blanket and then just sort of looks him up and down. And now is paying very close attention to this individual's theme because she hadn't really bothered before. Because she may or may not be getting out of the habit of doing that in the first place. I'm not going to lie. But she's now paying very close attention.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you to roll insight because I am not that cruel.
I appreciate
Missy-
it greatly.
Pat you so gently. If Missy's tuning into her brother's theme, she will definitely notice that it's the same sort of violin as usual. At least the same sort of strings as usual. And from what she can remember, a few times, I don't know how many times she has listened to her brother's theme, but from the few times she's listened to him, this sounds right. But there is almost there's kind of a noise that wasn't there before. It's kind of like something rustling and echoey. Kind of like his theme is being played in a room, and there's rain tapping on the window of that room.
Oh, funky. All right, yeah.
Ye- You know
Okay.
those YouTube things where it's just like 10 hours of rain and thunderstorms. It's that.
Awesome. Okay. I think that's awesome. She has got the sus. She's squinting, and then, like, just sort of hops off the bench.
Chifley, are you okay?
Chifley kind of blinks in surprise and pulls his hands back a little and straightens up for his crouch down and says, I'm I'm feeling okay, Missy. Are you okay?
You don't sound right.
Let me roll a quick intelligence check. Please stop lagging on me. I'd like to get to my stats, please.
Technology giveth and taketh away. Oh, that's a 9.
Chifley kind of blinks a couple times. I mean, I sound a little different, and he kind of holds up a hand to his throat and rubs it a little gently and starts to like look to each side of him a little confused, and then back at Missy. I, do I sound different to you?
Jeff would never respond that way, unfortunately. Okay. Well, Missy, what are you gonna do? You have a dilemma. Let's roll you a hammer space.
Oh.
That is not a 1. She is going to.
She's going a little high on her hammer space.
Yeah, let's do 10s. She's going to stick her hands in the pocket of her coat because she got the blanket off, so she can freely do that.
Yes.
And then when she pulls her hands out again, she has her bright red boxing gloves on both hands, and then she's just sort of squinting. It's like,
You're not Chifley. You're a pretend Chifley.
How loud is she?
loud.
Oh god. Cool. Yeah, no, that has attracted probably some attention of some of the denizens, like just people passing by. They just probably just side eye and then walk past because teen shenanigans. But Chifley's eyes just kind of bug out, and he immediately holds his hands up to the side of his head, and he doesn't move back, but he just holds his hand up to the side and says, no, Missy, why do you think I'm not me?
Chifley would know I'm not talking about his voice. And what? You don't look like Chifley anymore. Chifley's all. Your drink is still hot. Chifley doesn't get to have hot drinks anymore. You're not real.
And she's going to try punching him.
Cool. Give me a hot second. I just need to roll something. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, cool. That's interesting and fun. I don't know how to roll twice in one turn on with Avery. I'll figure it out later. Okay. Oh, damn it. Okay. Fine. Be that way. Okay, you're gonna try and hit him.
I'm
Go
going to try
ahead.
and hit him. Alright. D20 plus 5. Missy, that's a nat 1.
Oh, does she slip on ice, do you think? She takes one step forward.
Yep. She sort of she
Okay.
trips over the blanket. She trips over the blanket that she dumped on the floor and
Oh,
cannot
sweet.
cannot punch, but she is attempting to punch.
Okay, good thing, as you fall, you don't hit the floor. You do feel two hands kind of grab you. Now this is another question of do the hands keep you up? No. No. Okay, so what happens is you feel yourself falling, you feel something grab you, and for a second you're kind of stable, and then the thing holding you kind of drops onto the floor, and you fall on top of it. But this Chifley has just tried to basically catch you from falling and has just kind of bonked onto the floor.
Oh dear. Well,
Congratulations, you've not been thrown.
I mean that's in character for Chifley, I guess, but she's still like, nope. Uh, is Missy prone too, or?
I mean, she's on top of him, but I would argue she's not prone.
Okay. She's just gonna be sort of sitting and push herself up and look down at he who we will call Chifley for the sake of convenience. And she's just gonna squint. It's like,
No, 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 no. Chifley doesn't get to have hot drinks. Chifley has different clothes. Chifley is cold. You're warm. You're too warm. You're not him.
I think she's gonna try again.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. You see, this person is clearly this person called Chifley is clearly kind of panicking, looking at you, and just wait, Missy. Could you maybe not hit me, please?
With a 17.
17?
17. I don't think his armor class is that high.
Um, actually, um, as you swing your fist down, it just barely grazes him, but he does roll out of the way. Um, yeah. And he kind of scrambles to his feet. He does struggle a bit to get up because icy terrain. But he kind of scrambles to his feet, grabs the bench and hauls himself up and holds a hand out, and kind of looks around and says, okay, Missy, I can explain what's going on, but I'm going to need you to stop punching me, please. You are
Missy's
very,
just sort
very
of
strong.
Missy's just sort of stunned that she missed. She's like, wait. Wait. Wait, no. Loading. Loading. I was sure that would hit. God damn it. She's just gonna slowly turn, and she's still in battle formation. Like, yeah, she doesn't have any magic or anything except for one thing. Which, actually, no, that was taken off her person. That was confiscated when she used it to blow up a wall. Never mind. Yeah, so she's just sort of still, she just sort of turns and she's still in like a, Mortal Kombat, I'm about to punch you kind of pose. But she's like frowning and her theme is battle music right now.
God. Yeah, no, this Chifley, his hand is held out towards you and he's still gripping the side of the bench, and he's kind of looking around and he's noticing that people have definitely noticed you tried to punch him, and they're kind of whispering behind their hands and pointing not subtly in your direction, and he kind of looks around and says, Missy, I can explain, look, I can explain, but I need you to, not try to hit me, because I can't talk to you if you beat me up. And as we've established, you are very strong. You are very, very strong. And if you beat me up, I can't talk.
I don't want to listen to you talk. I'm not going to get kidnapped again.
Not. I am. I'm not here to kidnap you. And his face gets very stern and serious. Much like the Chifley from before, you got duped out, actually.
Oh, she hates that. She hates that so much. Like, if she were a cat, her hackles would be raised. She's just like, ugh, dislike.
Chifley's just gonna sigh. Look, I get why you don't trust me, and I understand that, but I not not here to take you away. He kind of looks around, still at people. Um, and if you want me to go, I'll go away. But if you would let me, I would like to explain somewhat I can of who I am and what's going on.
Okay, fine. Now you can tell me, and then I can tell Chifley and Cassie where there's a fake Chifley running around town.
Chifley visibly winces at that. Okay, oh, we can talk about that. He kind of looks around and says, well, I guess the best thing to do would be to make sure that I'm not kidnapping you. You take me somewhere that you think would be safe for you.
Oh, she's thinking. But, roll d20 minus 2.
Sweetie.
8. Okay. She's like, okay, that sounds like a good idea, but at the same time, that's such a bad idea. Do not let them take you to a secondary location, you dumbass. Okay. Alright.
Sweetie.
It's an 8. I have to work with this 8. Where would you like to go that she feels safe? Home? But that's also a dumb idea, because what if this person doesn't know where home is?
Would you like me to offer suggestions?
Hmm?
Would you like me to offer any suggestions?
Sure, go for it, because I'm just sitting here in a crisis right now.
At you. I mean, she could go back to school, because there are a couple kids that hang around, and there's like after school clubs and stuff. There'll be people around, and people will notice if she gets snatched.
You say that.
Being
She's managed to sneak out quite a few times.
Other than that, just like a public place, probably. The public place that isn't the park, because everyone is kind of staring and starting to point, and your brother is starting to sweat a little bit, or your not brother is starting to sweat a little bit.
Not brother. Okay. Gosh. I'm gonna say that this is an extended pause in character as well. She's like
That's fine.
loading. She does not know where Chifley works. Good. She does not know where Lau lives, really, either. Well, I think they've been out the apartment once.
I think Chifley is probably noticing that she's having trouble buffering.
Yes. Like, she doesn't hate the idea. She's like, going, the idea is a good idea, but she's just like, where is a good place to take him? I don't know.
Think. Common words, brain, work. There we go. I think Chifley is just gonna kind of blink a couple times, tilt his head to the side, and just be like, if you can't think of anywhere, if you want, we can just, we can go. Now your brother seems to be a little lost trying to think about it. We could walk to an. We could just walk around, I guess.
Okay. You're gonna walk in front of me, and I'm gonna be watching you, and I'm not putting my gloves away.
That gets a wry little grin, and your not brother lifts his hand up and gives you a little salute and says, "Yes, ma'am." Pushes himself off the ground. I'm gonna roll another thing now. Where are your stats? Why are you lagging? Oh my god. Disgusting. Um, so after he kind of salutes Missy, he gets very straight backed and he starts to kind of march in front of you.
If nothing else, this is just making Missy more convinced that this isn't Chifley because his behaviour has just turned really weird. She's like, okay. Oh boy.
Um, as he kind of turns around and looks down and sees that Missy's more fed up, he just kind of stops and slumps. Like, okay, right, okay, oh, funny stuff. Okay. Let's, I guess let's take a walk.
Yeah, you can start with who you are and why you have Chifley's face. Like, wrong face, but his face.
Yeah, I can explain that. Oh, did you want your, kind of points, where she's left her hot chocolate? Did you want to bring that with you?
I am not supposed to accept treats from strangers.
I'm not. I would usually agree with you, but okay. Right, okay, leave it. It's fine. Um, Turns around and starts walking out the park.
I also cannot hold it in my gloves and I'm not putting them away.
He stops again, looks over and says, I can hold it if you want.
No.
Okay. Fine. He turns around again. Makes his way properly out of the park now.
And she's just stalking afterwards, just sort of squinting. And she's still got her arms up, she's like, keep your eyes or anything, like she's doing the like little round movements, like the put 'em up kind of movements, but like just small ones. She's like, oh, I'm gonna punch you so bad.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Chifley is stern-faced this whole time. As he walks in front of you, and as you exit the park and make your way quickly away from the park, just moves towards more inner Toontown Central, where everyone's kind of busy getting their last-minute Animus presents, and the streets start to get just a little bit busier. Not enough that you get jostled around or separated, but enough that you can be safely assured this stranger can't snatch you off the streets. But as he's walking, he turns his face over his shoulder and just calls out, "So, what questions do you have to ask me then?"
Who are you? Because you're not Chifley.
Well, I, I mean, you're gonna call me a liar if I tell you.
Squint.
Try it.
Okay, well, I, I am Chifley Fort. Your brother.
You're right. I am gonna call you a liar. That's not true. Why are you gonna lie to me if you hold this whole point? There's no point if you're just gonna lie. Because you're not Chifley.
He suddenly stops, turns around and crouches down in front of Missy very suddenly.
Fists
Says,
come up.
Missy. He doesn't react to that. Missy, there is. If I kind of puts his fists on his knees and looks down at them for a couple seconds, takes a deep breath, and just, okay. If I did this, and he holds out one of his pinky fingers. He says, if I swore on my pinky that I was telling the truth about this.
There's another one of those long pauses as she's processing this.
promise, you're gonna blow up.
What did you say?
If you break the promise, you'll blow up.
Chifley blinks a couple times and
You can roll an insight on her if you want.
yeah, let's roll an insight. let's roll an insight, shall we?
Okay,
God.
Missy genuinely believes that's what happens if you break a pinky promise, that you explode.
Chifley's mouth kind of drops open very slightly and his eyes wide just slightly and he blinks. He looks down his pinky and then he looks at Missy. And then, I know what the risks are when I make this oath, Missy.
No, I don't want to watch anybody blow up.
To blow up. Making this, and he wiggles his pinky, kind of is sort of me telling you that I don't want to blow up and also that I'm not lying to you.
She's so sus. Like, she's knows full well she's well out of her depth now, and she's like, I need an adult. But she's also so determined to, because she's like, I can look after myself, been for the last, like, year, and then she's actually in a position where she has to, and she's like, shit, this actually sucks, what do I do?
Hold her so gently.
Because she's not used to, like, puzzles and things and stuff like this, so she's just like, this is not what I anticipated. I thought that I could look after myself by punching things and that would be fine. Oh dear.
I don't want to take my gloves off for a pinky promise. How about you go with why you don't look right if you're supposed to be Chifley? Or sound right.
Right, he slowly pulls his hand back and then scratches the side of his face, looks around. Well, that's for why I don't look like I myself. That's kind of complicated, even for adults to understand. It's really, really hard for me to explain. Not because you're a kid, but because the whole idea, and he gestures, is complicated. I don't know if I even have a proper grasp on how it all works. And his brows kind of furrow.
She's still just, like, frowning. That's such a non-answer. Like, she's used to getting non-answers. She's a child, but, like...
As for why I sound different, well, that's because, he kind of stands up and looks around, and then looks down at Missy, and makes a little come along gesture, and starts to take little steps forward.
She's got her gloves up, and she's slowly inching forward. But she's like, if you try anything, I'm going to punch you.
You know, he's just trying to make sure they're moving along, and he's looking around himself to make sure no one's paying attention as he keeps talking and says, well, as for why I sound different, it's, I think the easiest way of explaining this is, you, have you ever heard, noise, played in a tunnel? Or somewhere with, like, a lot of room, closed space?
He's getting this look as, like, a big duh kind of expression.
He
Yes.
kind of looks back down and blinks. Oh, right, the orchestra, yeah, you... How did I forget that? And he kind of rubs himself on the forehead and chuckles. Yeah, no. Yeah, the orchestra. Okay, so you know how Dad used to you know you know how when Dad used to tell everyone what to do with his baton and instruct people, they could get like softer and quieter and then louder, and that loudness filled the space.
I know what dynamics are. Yeah.
Okay, okay. It's good to see you're keeping up with your musical education at least. Not that I think I'd ever let it slip. I'd be disappointed in myself if I did. Um, but anyway, so it's kind of like I'm I am Chifley because I am a dynamic of Chifley, but I'm also something else.
Oh, she's getting a workout in
I'm
the old Brighton department today.
I'm
Hey, that's not too bad.
she's doing so good.
That's not too bad.
Isn't?
Okay.
Look at that box go.
Okay.
And Neko?
Yeah, actually, kind of like an echo. Well, I'm like an echo, but I'm an echo of um an echo that's been uh you can see he's struggling to try and explain this. And you get the impression he wasn't kidding when he said this is hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
It's um I'm like an echo, but with um more volume, more and he kind of gestures his arms upwards in the air, like as he's kind of raising them, like I'm I'm a boosted echo, if that makes sense.
A repeat in forte.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. He kind of blinks, a little surprised, because, oh, yeah, that does work. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess that sums me up, I guess. Um, so I sound different because whilst I am an aspect of Chifley, I'm also an aspect of something else. And those two things kind of it smashed his hands together, met, and made a new sound. And that's me.
You need a different face and a different name.
And she sort of folds her arms, and it's a bit tricky because, like, she's still got the bulky boxing gloves on, but she's like,
It's not good. If you run around with Chifley's face and Chifley's name, people are gonna get suspicious. Also, like, I feel like some sort of, if you're a repeat and they're like a copy or something, then that's actually not cool. If you're your own person, you need your own face and your own name.
Okay, cool. Um, you can see as you keep talking, he kind of starts to shuffle as he moves, and his shoulders hunch a bit, and his head ducks down a little, and his hair covers his face as he says, I didn't choose to look like this. It's I, I, I am. I am Chifley, but I'm also the the only other face I have isn't one that should be. Can't use that one. It's not. Can't. And
Well, I don't think, does Chifley know that you're using his face? Because I don't think he'll be
well,
very happy if you're using his face.
Um, as they pull up to like a stop sign
Mhm.
as they wait for the cast to stop. Um, I um I don't not I don't know how to answer that because on one hand I agree with you and on the other hand I can't agree with you. Um it's I can't get a new face. This is just what I look like. I can't change that. But uh your brother I've been trying to keep out of his way. I've been trying to keep distance.
Now, if you're still in town, that's silly. If you didn't want to be around him, you should have gone somewhere else.
You cut out at the end.
If you didn't want to be around him, you should have gone somewhere else.
It stops, looks down at her. I do want to be around. Nothing else than I I do want to be here, Missy. I'm not a dummy. I know what and this not brother appears to struggle very much
Mhm.
to try and figure out words. I do want to be here, Missy. I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be than here. But if it helps any, I've not really been going anywhere in public. This is the most public I've been in a well, kind of stops and thinks. I think this is the most public I've been since I've been. Kind of looks around. I don't know why, but I don't seem to get noticed all that often. Kind of blend in.
She's gonna sort of look around, and people are kind of ignoring them. Things happen on the streets of Toontown all the
Supposedly.
time. It's just a whatever. Um, she's gonna look around and then look back up at this not brother, and then sort of squint.
Why can't you use your other face?
Um, it's not that I can't use it. And he starts to kind of fiddle with the backs of his gloves and starts plucking at them. It's more that would um be really, 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 really rude and uncomfortable if I did.
Why?
And she's trying to figure out how a face could be rude.
Please roll insight with advantage.
Alrighty. What's your
Gotta reach your
insight?
brother's face. Yay. Oh, I don't care about the dice. They can go to hell. I'm telling Missy anyway. Yeah, Missy, you know your brother well enough that when you see this look on his face, it's I don't think you've seen this look on his face for a little while. Um, this is the sort of look he had on his face like months after you first left the school.
Mm-hmm.
As you said before, you don't like that look on his face.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can, yeah, he has his reasons.
Hmm.
Do you think they're good ones or not?
Hmm. She doesn't trust like that. Like, this whole thing is just like, I'm not clever enough for things like this, but I know this can't be good. Uh,
Hold on. Um, yeah, no, Chifley just kind of looks across, and the red stop sign kind of flips over to a green go sign, and everyone starts moving across the road and looks at Missy and starts to take a couple steps out.
oh, she'll follow. More out of habit than anything else, just on automatic pilot a little bit, because she's so out of her depth. She's like, Peck, what do I do? Do I just punch them? Do I believe them? I don't know if I believe them.
Think. Roll you one of these. Damn you. Okay. That's fine. It's not Chifley kind of looks around and squints, and Missy will hear him mutter, this isn't the way, no, that's not the right store. Did I take a wrong turn here? He's just kind of muttering to himself, and he's looking around. He's like, I thought this was the way to the store, but I don't think it is. I might have taken a wrong turn somewhere. Damn it. He just kind of looks around.
Where were you
Fun.
going?
Oh, kind of backs up and looks down and says, I, well, I was, and he kind of rubs his hands together. Well, was gonna head to the, music store.
She's gonna sort of frown. Why?
Blinks and then looks back at Missy and says, oh, was something I wanted to do, but, that I can do that later. It's fine. Kind of shakes his head. Anyway, did you have any more questions that you want to ask me? Did everything I say make sense earlier? Did you want me to go over anything else?
No. But I have one more question.
Okay.
She folds her arms again, really awkwardly because of her boxing gloves.
You're gonna hurt Chifley.
Missy will very clearly see, of Chifley's face fall. His eyes just kind of widen, his jaw kind of loosens, and he shakes his head very rapidly before stopping and clicking his door shut. See, if there's one thing I want to be able to promise you, it's that I don't want to hurt you or your brother or I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt any of your family.
She's squinting. But she
See?
sort of gives a bit of a nod. She's like, okay, I've accepted this promise.
Chifley's gonna crouch back down on his haunches and grab his knees, and prop his head, on the top of his hands. He bends himself up a little. I didn't show up today to kidnap you or to hurt you or to do anything bad to you, Missy. The only reason I showed up today was because I wanted to see you.
Why?
Missy, you've had your brother with you for a very, very long time. And I don't, you know, I was made or created, wherever I was, and the first thing that popped into my head when I was made was where where's Missy? Because it's all my memories. All the things I know that I should be looking after you. And he's looking down at the pedestrians walking on the other side of the street. Some of the first memories I have are looking after you and making sure that you're okay. And I, I, I just wanted to be a little selfish and hang out with you a little, I guess. Sorry I scared you. I didn't mean to.
She's just sort of squints, and then she sort of flails her boxing gloves in his direction, not to try and hit him, but just sort of to show them off.
I can look after myself now. I'm very strong. You even said so.
Oh yeah, no, you've always been really, really strong. I know you're strong. You pretty heavily knocked me out earlier. Without even using your boxing gloves.
I can pick Chifley up if I wanted to, I bet.
This person kind of gives you a little side eye, slowly moves his eyes back, and turns his face back towards Missy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you could. Again, you are very, very strong. And, it's Chifley's, and he does a limp-wristed jazz hand, are not very, physically inclined.
Give me 1 second, my phone is ringing.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Man. This character I have, and there are so many thoughts running through their brain.
Okay.
And I shake them a little. Hello.
Alright, I missed the phone call, but it was Daniel, so I'm just gonna send him a quick message. I am still.
And if you want, we can wrap this up a
Smiley
bit.
face. No, it's okay. He was probably just calling me to let me know that swimming is finished. Okay. Where were we?
We
I
were
completely
at
lost my
Chifley,
train of thought now.
you so gently. Chifley was doing a limp-wristed jazz hand and said that most Chifleys are not physically inclined.
She's just gonna puff out her chest a little bit because she can't help but be proud about that.
And she'll hear her brother chuckle. Because he will never not be amused by his sister's antics. And kind of look around and say, well, if you can't think of anything to ask me, if you want, you can lead the way home, or I can walk you home.
I think I can get there by myself. I don't know if I trust you.
Chifley, quote unquote, his brows furrow. I know you're very strong, very capable, looking after yourself. You've more than proved that, but also it's kind of a rule that you need to walk home by yourself. You can't walk home by yourself, Missy.
Well, I think that these are special circumstances.
Corner of this person's mouth twitches. Yes, usually I would agree with you if a stranger who looked like someone else, or someone you knew, tried to do something like take you away, I would completely and 100% encourage you to punch them very, very hard. All of your fists and legs.
You
Uh,
can't punch with your legs.
that's what you call a kick. Missy, that's what kicks are. They're just punches with your legs.
No, they're
Saying this
not.
completely straight face. I mean, that's how it works. You punch with your feet and you kick with your hands.
Now I know you're not Chifley. Chifley's not that silly.
I mean, well, maybe your brother is sillier than you think he is.
Nah, he's a stick in the mud.
Well, suppose that's what he's got you around for. We've got you around for. One of us needs to be fun.
Suppose.
Kind of looks around a little bit. Well, we're in a bit of a dilemma because I can't let you walk home alone. That goes against so many rules. But you don't want me to walk you home. And I'm not gonna let you walk up to a stranger and just ask them to take you home because that defeats the whole point of you walking home and not going with a stranger.
Fine, but you're still walking in front.
Absolutely. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. And yeah, he's just gonna nod and stand up and go to walk in front again. I roll this. You can roll me a perception or an insight, whichever you want.
Are they both garbage? They are both garbage.
Okay.
3.
Okay. Oh my god. Why don't you like this? Although I suppose it makes sense. You don't know. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think this helps. I think Missy, as you guys are walking home, you do notice that he tends to keep going the wrong way, and you have to keep like telling him no, go this way. And he's like, oh, okay. He keeps taking the wrong roads and kind of looking around a bit confused before you have to tell him which way to go. It's like he's forgotten where he lives.
Oh boy. She has resolved to tell on him. Absolutely.
Oh, damn it. Um, cool, excellent. Probably say as you get to the outside they're staying with Cassie at the minute, aren't they, and Dorian?
Oh, well, Cassie
Cassie's
and
got
Dorian
that.
are staying with them, but they're in an apartment building, yeah.
Okay, cool. Once they get outside the apartment building, Chifley is gonna look back at Missy and look up in the apartment where she stopped, and it's just is is well, like is this it for you then?
Yep.
Um,
I can get there from here.
um, I I guess kind of scratches the back of his neck. Um, so I ask you a couple of things before you go.
Make it quick. I don't want people to worry.
I won't keep you long. The first thing I want to ask you is this this is gonna be a really hard thing to ask you, and I understand if you say no. But I was gonna ask if you could maybe not tell everyone that I exist.
they're gonna ask how I got home, and then they're gonna be worried, and you have Chifley's face. Like, that's a silly thing to ask me not to say. They'll ask, and I'm not good at secrets.
Well, the scratches, like I said. Well, I mean, say were walked home by someone you trusted. Oh, no, because it kind of winces. That's not technically true. Okay, I mean, okay, but stops is just, and uh, okay, I'll just, and he seems to just kind of knock his head into one of his hands and just scrub his face, like, okay, if they are gonna ask questions, okay, just, if you have to tell them, then tell them, but guess I can ask, don't bring me up specifically unless they ask, please.
I suppose I can do that.
She's still squinting.
He lets out like one of those anime sigh puffs. Thank you. I know it's a hard thing to ask you to do, and I wouldn't ask you unless it was important, Missy. Thank you. The other thing I wanted to ask you, is actually one of the questions that you asked me earlier. Well, not a question, but something you mentioned earlier about my name. I guess it would be pretty confusing to keep calling me Chifley all the time, considering there's two of us now. So, stop scratching his neck and looks at Missy.
I'm not good at thinking up names, if that's what you're asking.
Nods and says, okay. Well, if you do think of a name, send me a letter, or if you think of a name, and I'm just gonna roll a quick hammer space. He reaches into his old jacket and he pulls out a piece of paper and he holds it out to Missy and says, if you think of a name, write it on this piece of paper, go back to the park and put it underneath the bench that we sat at, underneath a cup.
Okay.
He's kind of smiling as he says this, but as he hears Missy, his smile listens, just, or not, it's okay if you can't, we'll think of something else.
I can't promise anything, and I still don't think I trust you.
I'm not gonna ask you to make me a promise, that's fine, and yeah, I don't, I'm not gonna hold it against you for not trusting me. So, it's fine. I hope I can prove that I'm not dangerous.
Is that everything?
Yeah, blinks and squints. Think so, yeah. I can't. Yeah, no, that's everything.
Okay,
Oh,
well, bye then. Not Chifley.
And she's gonna sort of back up towards the door of the apartment building, and then once she's in the door, she's just sort of gonna shoulder it open and then turn around and run once the door is between them.
Okay, yeah, no, you don't hear the sounds of anyone following you. And the theme you were hearing before is faded out.
Missy is going to be somewhat conflicted for the next little while.
He sits. I wonder why. Can't imagine. Yeah. Other than that, like I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I guess we leave it there. That was fun. Missy is so stupid. I get that she's a kid, but
How dare you? I hold her so gently.
This was great though. Thank you so much, Dewp. Should we say
you for
goodbye to our
playing with
audience?
me. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye,
live
everybody.
listeners. Goodbye, everyone.